Hey guys, Philip here at On the Edge, and this is pretty much going to be my Razer Chroma tutorial with Nanoleaf, LIFX, and Hue. And if you got some Twinkly Lights, go ahead and throw those in there because I got those hooked up as well. I'm going to assume, first off, that you'll have the Synapse software installed, and that if you have any of the products that you want to make sure to learn how to integrate in with Razer Chroma, do make sure those programs are installed and working on their own as well. I'll let you guys clear that up real quick. We'll do the intro and we'll get to it. Alright, so we got Synapse installed, Razer Chroma. It's going, doing its thing. Make sure make sure they're all working on their own. And then, let's see. We're just gonna pretty much get right into it. No, okay, at least it's working on there. Okay, so, let's see. So you've got Razer Synapse, and you just got you a Nanoleaf product or a LIFX product, and you wanna get it going. Before we can even get to the studio with it, make sure you, like I said, make sure you get Synapse installed. If not, all you gotta do is come to PC, main page here, PC, software, and scroll down where it says Razer Chroma RGB, and learn more. It's going to bring you to this page. It's going to show you the lighting effects, Chroma Studio, then Chroma Connect. Explore now. Okay, aside from Hue and Nanoleaf, because they're integrated directly in with Synapse, everything else is going to be in here. So you want to come down through here into Apps. Come on. And then here are all the various apps that do work with the Razer Chroma. There's a browser you can use, the Hue. I don't know what this difference is between this Hue and the Hue that's integrated in it. There's an audio visualizer that's separate from if you use FL Studio. I tried it the other night. Actually, I can probably pull that up and I'll show you what that looks like. I don't know how much these all. I've tried a few of them in the past. If you use Discord or Twitch, you can get the Chroma to light up, like if you get messages and stuff like that. I haven't tried a companion app. Let's see, I haven't tried that. Wallpaper engine is amazing. Whatever your wallpaper is doing, it's animated. The lights go with it. Sometimes it's amazing. I mean, there are some weird ones. Got the Twinkly. I'm not sure what this new one is. Yeelight. I haven't tried any Yeelights. I hear they're pretty awesome. What we're going to do is, this lighter thing is pretty awesome too, but it's only like a trial limited thing. If they let it, if you could pay per month for it, instead of them wanting a whole year's fee, it'd be awesome, but no, they want like $60-something, and I don't know if it's worth all that. So just for the sake of this here, we're going to go to LIFX, we're going to pretend like I don't have it installed yet. So, and also on this page, it'll show you all the different bulbs that at the time this was published, worked with Razer Chroma. So all these bulbs are good. And I think on Nanoleaf's page it may do the same. I forgot to check. And I'm not sure, I know Razer Chroma, or not Razer Chroma, I know LIFX has a light strip and Hue has a light strip. Now the Hue light strip, I don't think it can be programmed by zone or LED. I have no idea because I don't actually have a light strip. I took a generic light strip and wired it up with a generic connector that worked with the Hue bridge, but it just lights up in one solid light, and it'll fade and things like that, but it won't do like multiple colors on the strip all at once like the Chroma HDK does. I have lights that will do that. I tried to get connected one time, but I'm not that smart. So anyway, download link. So I was trying to click on there. So, okay, it downloads here. Go ahead and open it. Extract, yes. Now when I go to install this, it's probably going to give me a message. Yep. When you get this message, it's no big deal. It's just because it's not registered with Microsoft's whatever, Defender service. Just click more info and then run anyway. It'll do that with the Twinkly app, all the various ones. Now this one's asking me to repair because I already have it installed. So I'm just going to go ahead and just tell finish and say it's okay. Your typical installation windows. So it says installed, yay. And that's when, if you have Synapse open, you probably want to close out of it and then come back in before you open up your apps. When you do close, don't just close the X, because a lot of times that won't close the program. It still continues to run in the background. Click your little profile picture here and tell it to exit. And when I do that, you'll see that all the lights pretty much just went out. Except the light effects, because they were already set, I think, to white lights anyway, where I was just needed them on for light the other day. So I'm going to go back in and reopen Synapse. Close these. And while that's opening, I'll show you what these programs actually look like. This is the one for light effects. And when they're connected okay, it's going to have the various bulbs here that it detects. And you'll have 4 zones. Brightness, and that's pretty much all you get. Twinkly is going to be the same way. Twinkly's got a little bit different because it's got a master channel and then each individual channel and then automatic. I like automatic because if there's something that is changing in multiple colors, like a wave rainbow or something, sometimes it'll run across there and light each channel up individually, and if it's on master channel, it's just one color at a time. So, and also when you do Twinkly, this is the most biggest pain in the butt I've had to deal with any of these lights, is making sure that green light's on. Right here. If that little green thing is not on and this thing's still doing what it says it's supposed to be doing, it's just not going to be doing it. And sometimes it'll act funny and do weird things. Just turn it off right there and flip it back on. And as long as your green light's on, you're good to go. Now let me show you what these channels and these zones are. Where's my Synapse? Hello, Synapse. Let's try this again. I hate when it does this. During the installation of Synapse, it will ask you if you want the extra modules installed, like the macros and the Hue and the Nanoleaf and I think Alexa. So you've probably seen it. If not, you can simply go back in and redo or like add the modules inside there. If I could get the program to pull up here, I would show you. Third time's a charm. There we go. Brat. Okay, so yeah, when you first pull it up, you can click on your modules. And see, I can still add these two here, so you should have Nanoleaf and Hue in there if you don't already have them installed. And once you do, they'll be down here. And you can actually click on those. Do it from up here. And to get the Hue connected, see, it will ask you when you first pull it up to, it should be able to detect it, and it'll ask you to press the button on the bridge to pair it. I'm going to click that just to make it connect again. And you've got to have an entertainment area set up on your Phillips Hue. If you, I mean, obviously you probably got the phone app installed. I forget where it is in there because I've only had to do it the one time. But you'll go in there and set up the entertainment area, and it's basically, it's narrowing it down. So if you have like 5 or 6 lights, you don't have to pair each light. Once you use each light to create the entertainment area, then Nanoleaf just has to, or not Nanoleaf, then Razer Chroma just has to connect with that one source, the entertainment area coming from Hue. not bulb one for your entertainment, or you know what I'm saying. So, and then it'll show you your various lights there. It's also got a brightness control. You can control the effects directly from here. Get your quick effects, spectrum cycling. And then some of these lights, like the Hue, will have its capabilities. Nanoleaf will have its capabilities. Twinkly, they all some of them are very limited. This one's got 5, and they're all pretty basic. So let's go back to spectrum cycling. You can see everybody's doing the spectrum cycling thing here. And it should pretty much be in time. Now Twinkly's not on ball here, so let's see if we can get it to reset. And green light just went out. Brat. Oh, it came back up. I'm still kind of freaking out or something. Go back into the advanced effects. Sometimes, like if you change a lighting effect and it doesn't do anything right away, or a light doesn't actually like catch on, and you don't think the chroma is connecting with the light effects or something, do that. Switch over to like just between your advanced and your quick effects, and then sometimes that's all it takes just to get it to. It's kind of like a poking it in the shoulder, say, "Hey, pay attention." So then we go over here to Nanoleaf. When you first go to this tab, it's going to come up and say searching for panels on your network. If you know that, I mean, if it's working right up there like mine is, and it's searching, and they can't find it, double check. My computer runs on an Ethernet cable. I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi. I can connect to it, but I mean, it's just a couple clicks of a button, but I mean, there's really no sense in being double connected. But when I go to pair with this, let's see, it's paired right now, so I'm pretty sure I'm not, like, I don't have to stay connected. Yeah, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi right now, but if damn well bet sometimes when I go to connect, it won't find it. If I just pull up the Wi-Fi connection, it finds it, no problem. So keep that in mind. I've always tried to like make sure I resetted things through here. It never seems to work. If I cannot, sometimes Nanoleaf just stops working with Chroma. It's usually after a while when it just sits and one thing starts, I don't know. If you can't get it to sync and everything's been on for a while, simply close out of all the programs, then reopen them and see if that gives, I mean, if that doesn't reconnect them, then usually I'll just reboot the computer. Sometimes that's a good idea anyway. They say the 3 R's of narrowing down a problem are restart, reboot, restart the program, reboot the computer, reinstall. I actually had to do that a couple of months back with the Twinkly Lights. They just stopped responding whatsoever, so I just went back in, reinstalled software, repaired everything back up, and everything was good to go. So I'm going to show you, okay, so we'll say Nanoleaf connected correctly. Sometimes it don't, sometimes it I have a story about Nanoleaf. But first, before we get into that, once you get Nanoleaf connected, and you connected, if you come in here to connect, this tab, this is going to show you where Nanoleaf, or not Nanoleaf, where all your plugins, like the wallpaper engine, it's going to show up here. Any games, and I'm sure you've seen that if you're a gamer and already if you're a gamer and you've already used Snaps. But devices is where all the other things are going to show up. You can turn them on or off altogether, turn one particular light on and off. Here again is a place where you can change through the light. See, they've only got 4 options there. Change through the lighting. You can set it to switch off the lighting when the display is turned off. I kind of like to do that because that way I don't have to leave and they'd be like, hey, goo, you know, that guy that I want to say his name right now, because he'll be like, I didn't understand. I don't want to have him turn off all the lights individually or just turn off all the studio lights. I like to be able to come home and they're not necessarily going, but I could just touch my mouse and boom, everything's back on. So like I said, this is what's going on right now. I'll go into the studio. So per se, everything's working. Now if something's not working, there's got to be something somewhere. I would just start the whole process over again. The LIFX can be a pain, I know, to set up in the first place. It's getting them connect. And there's a lot of troubleshooting pages I've found on Nanoleaf and Razer and LIFX's websites as far as connecting and everything, and they usually got me through any problem I had. Except I had 25 lights. I bought the starter kit, which had 9 panels, 4 expansion packs, and that gave me the 25. You can only run 25 lights on one power supply. So my next option to get more lights was to get another power supply and then continue on, whether it be expansion packs or another starter kit, which I figured I wanted to go up to 50. So I figured I'd just do the same route again. I'll buy a starter kit, 4 expansions. Well, found the starter kit, $170 on eBay, great deal. It actually came through from Home Depot. So I got the lights, put all of them up except the connector panel, because when I had both connector panels hooked up, it acted all screwy and wouldn't read the second panel. So I just put the 33 lights up. Playing with it, it's looking great. I'm playing with it through the app. I thought I want to put some of these panels on the ceiling. So I ordered the mounting kit. It came. Then, aside from the problems I have with the mounting kit, the lights work brilliantly through the Nanoleaf app, but first time I tried to play a game, as soon as I opened Synapse, it crashed. So I went through all the troubleshooting, just anything I could find, crash. Finally, I began to figure things out because I checked Razer's website and they tell you how to do a completely clean wipe out Synapse from your system. You have to go into the registry, kind of stuff. Did that. I reinstalled Synapse without the modules because I just needed control of my keyboard and my mouse and stuff. It was great. Then I started adding modules and Nanoleaf module crashed. It would either crash as soon as I tried to open the program and it couldn't get completely loaded, part of it would load, or it would load, but as soon as I clicked over to Nanoleaf and it was trying to pair, it just couldn't, it just continued. Sometimes it would even get to the point where it found the panels and wanted you to pair, but it never would pair. And it was freaking frustrating. This went on for weeks. I know probably at least 3 weeks, if not a little longer. Because I would give up. I'd try a little bit and I'd give up. I'd just be like, I comb website after website after website. Nothing on Razer. They just said that sometimes the software got corrupt or had a corrupt installation or something, so just do the wipe out and reinstall. Yeah, right. Okay, finally, I got fed up one night and I thought, I'm going to have to redo all these things because the way I mounted them, the mounting kit is a very tedious thing. They kept falling off and they weren't working right. They weren't lighting up right, connecting right. So the panel I had that was the connector panel was the newer panel. So I went and grabbed the other older panel. I thought, this is the panel that was connected with Nanoleaf. I'm going to pair that up and see if it at least works with the one damn panel. Bam! Instantly. It's like, okay. Well then, when I looked in Synapse somewhere, I can't remember, I think it was in the part of the Nanoleaf section, it gave me a warning. It still had the design up that I had on the ceiling at the time, but the warning was I had reached my 30 panel limit. I didn't know I had a 30 panel limit. I've never seen anything anywhere about a 30 panel limit. If so, if it was somewhere in the fine print, I overlooked that shit. So I was just thrilled as could be because once I jumped up there and pulled 3 panels down, plugged up to the other connector, and it recognized that one, paired it, fired up right away, and bam, had that, what you kind of see now, because I had kind of a pyramid look going on, but I decided to just kind of make it like that. I just wanted to, as I'm playing certain games and stuff like that, kind of be immersed in the light. So I get that up there, get the hues over my here on my left, which I didn't realize my phone could have like picked up the light. Okay, anyway. They got the light effects over here, beam behind me, completely immersed. It's badass. I'll show you some examples of that here in a minute. But first I want to go back to the studio. Okay, in here you'll see, obviously, these are the Nanoleaf panels. I'll zoom in here a little bit. And you'll see that like each panel kind of doing its thing. I know I think a couple people have asked me if they were individually controllable, and yes, they are, panel by panel. You can even go so far as, mine are a little hard to reach, to like touch, which that's another thing I should bring up. Don't put your connector panel out of reach to where you can't reach it to press the power button for 3 seconds to get it to pair. I really have to stretch to get up to that one, and it's a pain in the ass. And there's a few games that you can actually play, kind of like whack-a-mole, and like a game like Simon on there. They can be pretty fun, but you can't play it up there. So if I go to, where was I going? I forget. I got talking. Nanoleaf. Oh, customize. See how each panel, you can like get it to, like I could press each panel and it changes to a different lighting profile. So if I don't like all red, press the panel, I've got set up doing all blue. So that's pretty cool. And actually you can do it to do anything, keyboard functions, mouse functions, multimedia. I had mine set up at one time so I could actually hit one panel and it would skip the song. Next panel, or 2 more panels, I had it set as a volume, up and down, left and right, skip, just, but, you know, it's not practical. If you had them on a wall somewhere, like in the living room, and was having a party and just wanted to kind of like go over there and show off or something, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. The text function, window shortcuts, I mean, there's so much you can throw in there. I don't know what the text function would actually be. There's things about this I haven't even begun to explore just because it's just really not something that interests me. They're doing what I wanted them to do. Okay, so back to the studio. I know I had one of somebody out there asked me in a comment if they would do the rainbow wave. And yes, they will. I'm just going to find where I did with it and saved it. There we go. Alright, so you can see there, that's what it's pretty much doing. It's hard to see it because it's so bright on the camera, but and actually I can go in and fix that just so you can see it better on the camera. As you can see, the light beam from Razer, or light beam from LIFX is blinding back there. So I'm going to crank it down a little bit too. There we go. Alright, and then can't zoom in on the camera for the computer, but you can see that the lights go across here, and this is above the computer, so it's all pretty much swiping across the whole front of the wall in front of me from left to right. And then if they're set up right in the studio, the lights should actually travel to my right and around. And sometimes I definitely have to crank it down if I just want some chill lights going. But if I'm playing a game or something, I crank them all the way up. So I'll go back into the studio here. I'll show you kind of what I mean by chill lighting. Yes, God. I have talked about this in my other video, probably a couple of my videos. One of my favorite effects, just because I love the color red mainly, is my DC flash beam. Basically what I've done is just give everything a static red color, and then randomly a ripple will go through. And I can't remember why I did 4 ripples. I think they were different sizes and speeds. But now I've pretty much just got them all like the same setting. But it's a random thing, so they just, go whenever. But as you can see, what it's doing there on the screen and kind of what it's doing on the actual lights. So that light is actually running across. It's kind of cool. It looks all flashy around me. And I can see that the twinkly is not cooperating. It's still on that other setting, like way back. Okay, I'm just gonna close it. Try and reopen it. There we go. Yeah, that's what the program. So I'll change the automatic. That way, if the lights flash across there in a certain way. And the reason I do that in these zones and these channels, what they mean. Okay. The Nanoleaf. I'll go to where I can move them here. It is all one module, obviously. It all has to work all in one piece, all in one section. So when you go to move it, it moves all in one section. And yes, I mean, it's still the same. It's like the light strips here, or the keyboard or anything. If you've worked in the studio before, then you know all these move all in one piece. I can't just move keys from the keyboard or dots from the strip or from the Nanoleaf. And then the Phillips Hue. So I need to grab this one because it's the one I brought over to my right. So it needs to be placed over to my right somewhere. Whichever. Since I put it kind of back there, I'm just going to put it here. So yeah, now it should. I don't think it's even flashing. Sometimes when the effect's so fast like that, these lights don't pick up on it, or if the light, like if it's changing through the whole rainbow effect. I bet the bulbs, I didn't even think to look at the LIFX bulbs, but I bet they weren't switching all through all the colors. They usually pick like 3 or 4 and go with those. But if I zoom in, okay, so the Phillips bulbs, each bulb can be moved individually. So that's a good thing. You don't have to move like the entire entertainment area. Now, these are a little different. I'm not sure if all the Connect apps are like this, but as far as Twinkly and LIFX especially here, it's got, see, the 4 dots. It took me a while to figure it out. I don't know why, but each dot is one of those zones. So zone 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So about the only thing you can do with these lights to actually control the lighting and which light lights up is, like, zone 1 I've got selected for the bulb that's to my just first right here. Then zone 2, this light here, I've got is the next one back. Then I've got the beam as zone 3. So as it hits those dots, boom, 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 hopefully it's going boom, boom, boom around me. Same way with Twinkly. It's got the 4 dots, and it's got 4, what they call channels. And you can kind of look at it in some of these lighting effects, especially the way it twinkled like right there. And you can tell that the 4 channels are across there. So that's why I set it to automatic, so I can get those channels. And it's just basically, it's going boom, boom, boom through those dots. So depending on where the lights are, how you have them set up, how you have them placed, you just have to remember that when you go to connect everything or set everything up in here, that you have 4 dots to set those how you want them, and that's that. But for the most part, like, I can do some crazy stuff as far as the lighting, like, let me get back to this view for one. Okay, like the light strips here. Okay, so let's go to the static effect. If I want just like those 4 LEDs to be blue, you can see on the one camera that down there is now blue. Well, it kind of looks purple because that blue's mixed in with the reds. But I can go right back in and let's change them to yellow. And bam, just went yellow back there. It looks like orange in camera, all fiery. But we're going to change it back to red. And that's the same way with the, that's what the cool thing about these strips that you can get from Razer. There's only 16 LEDs per strip, and you only get 2 strips in the controller box, I think for 90. I thought that was incredibly outrageous, but when you can actually freaking program each individual light, that's pretty nice. And it just depends on where you place them. You can put them outside the computer. I've got 2 on the back of my desk, like on the edge, facing the wall. And then I've got 1 on each side of my desk coming out. So just whatever effect it can give me there. Okay, come on, snaps. Snaps. They should have called you snaps. Razer snaps. Excuse me, I had an early morning. Filming a video for the Aqua Awesome channel. If you guys haven't checked that out, might want to go over there after this and see what that big fish tank's all about back there. Okay, again, it opens and then just disappears. Oh, there you are. You freaked me out, dude. I'm not that patient. Okay, so that's pretty much what I've got to show you guys, and what I've kind of figured out so far. Troubleshooting, it's a bitch. It really is. The most I could say is just close out, restart everything. If that doesn't work, reboot. If that doesn't work, if it's a pairing issue, double check to make sure like your Wi-Fi is connected. Make sure, just double check, test from the smallest thing up to try reinstalling your snaps like I did. Do the whole wipeout thing. There's instructions on Razer's website. If it's a major problem. If it's not a major problem, it's just like one little thing. That was when the program just kept locking up. Keep up with your updates, the installer things it does. Synapse is pretty smart for what's, anytime you change anything, if you just change a mouse, it goes through an update to add that mouse and do whatever with the other one. So hopefully that helps a few of you out there. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I try to get back with things as quick as I can. I'm not working at the moment. Just after 3 years, I decided to say I was done with my place of employment. So I'm pretty much doing this full time now. Not making any money at it because I'm not even there yet. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And hopefully you watch this video to the end. Hopefully it's not an hour long. I got to do a little editing. But yeah, your support would be great, guys. And that's why I kind of make these videos, is to help everybody out. So if everybody can kind of help me out, it'd be great. And like I said, hopefully this really helps somebody out. Hit the comments up if you have any questions. If I don't have the answer, I'll at least try to find the answer for you, or direct you to the answer if it's online somewhere and it's a better explanation than what I could give. If you haven't done so already, check out Aqua Awesome Aquarium channel. I've only got like one video up there now. I'm getting ready to put another one up today. And then I've got like some other footage shot, but I just haven't had the chance to put it all together yet, because I'm just kind of trying to get ahead of myself as things go on here with the tanks and get it all documented and so forth. And then there's the On the Edge channel, which I have, which is this kind of the On the Edge channel. Then there's this channel, On the Edge, and then my music channel, which my stage name is Seraphis. Google seems to think it's Seraphis, but no, it's pronounced Seraphis. And I'll put links for that below. Definitely need some love and support there, especially on Spotify. If you listen to Spotify or any streaming music service, you can stream my songs. That's how artists make money these days. It's all about record sales and CDs, and you don't even have to buy the song from iTunes anymore. As long as you're streaming it, every time it streams, money, 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 money. And Phillips not working, so Phillips go pay bills and improve some equipment here and feed the fish. Feed the fish. Help me feed fish. Alright guys, I'm going to cut out and get this video kind of set up and ready to post. And other than that, peace out.